Hello, everyone. Welcome to the LTG Show, episode 213. My name is Sean Wilburn,
I'm Tony Hannity's.
and we are here to talk about technology and other news of the week. This is part of the website called LazyTechGuys.com, LTG. If you would like to, or not if you would like to, please go ahead, go to your URLs and type in LazyTechGuys.com into there, and go ahead and visit our site. We have all kind of news, reviews, and information about video games and tech news, mobile, and more. If you would like to email us, you can email us at comments@lazytechguys.com, or you can give us a call at area code 707-722-5299, which also is 722-LAZY. All right. Now, we're going to go ahead and talk about some technology, but before we do so, Tony, how are you doing this fine, fine day?
I am splendiferous. I've got my vape, I've got my beer, I've got my Niner cap, and I've got the coolest guy on the Western Hemisphere to talk to at 11 Pacific Daylight Saving Time.
And that
So,
is?
you.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
you. But yeah, no, things are good. I did something this weekend that I haven't done in years.
All right, I'm interested.
Um, it was a whole family thing, family and friends, and it was kind of an impromptu invite. Someone said, "Hey, are you coming to this thing on Sunday?" Like, I didn't even know about it. I'm totally down. And what it ended up being was kickball. Kickball among friends and a little bit of family, mostly just my family. But yeah, it was great. It was, you know, it was the most actual active cardio I've done in quite some time because I run on the elliptical and treadmill and everything like that, but and I do martial arts, but actually like athletic sports where I feel like my lung is about to collapse and my legs are killing me the next day and things like that. This is definitely where it spawned, at least for this iteration, and it was a lot of fun. So for those of you that are out there in tech land and you're not quite sure, you don't think you're very athletic, and like, just go play kickball. Just round up a bunch of guys and say, hey, let's go play kickball. You don't have to have a good arm. You don't have to be a great, you don't, for pitching, you don't have to have be like the baseball aficionado. It's kickball. It doesn't really matter. I don't know how many times I was like, let's play by baseball rules, and someone would catch the fly ball, but then the guy would still be rounding the bases. Another guy would still be rounding the base like, no, I caught it out, so you have to run back to second. Oh, whatever, it's kickball, who cares? And so it's all in good fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so what about you, man?
None too much. I working on another video, working on more music and all that. Got, as I mentioned earlier, I guess you saw my little tweak, over 100 hits already within a week of 100 views of one of my latest music video. And if you are one of the billions of people in the world who have not done what this 100 people have already done, you're missing out. Hate to tell you that 100 people, they got something up on you. You better go ahead and join them quick, all right?
Their lives are that much more enchanted.
Dude, when you watch the video, it will be.
Right?
Anyway, so besides, nope, everything's going pretty good here, getting music done. No, actually looking forward to this upcoming, very soon to be holiday that we got here coming up next week. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be great. Stressful. Niners. What can you say? Yeah. What can you say about that? Except for they have to win every single game, and only then will we feel somewhat comfortable. Until then, every game is gonna be really like a Giants game. It's gonna be fantastic for the rest of the year.
Torture.
Pretty much. Either way, besides that, no, it has been fantastic.
Giants bring on the drama.
Yeah, well, the Niners aren't supposed to bring it on, but they definitely
I know, right?
Oh, God. All right, let's just go ahead. Let's go ahead and put the game in front of a very terrible team. Let's give it in their hands. Let's put them by the 3-4 yard line. Let's give them 4 chances to score, and any of those scores instantly means you pretty much lose the game. And let's go ahead and give it a shot, and only let them screw it up rather than your team really doing it. Oh God. I'm so happy they screwed that up. But you know what's not screwed up? free public Wi-Fi. Let's get to the news, everybody, and let's get
Not
to
screwed
talking.
up at all.
No, because New York City, besides their Giants losing, which I'm happy about, the New York City is looking to have a lot of free public Wi-Fi. So if you're looking a bit at Big Apple, you definitely want to listen to this. Tony?
Yeah, so this is going to be called Link NYC, and it essentially will replace the public payphone telephones that exist right now, because for the most part, public pay telephones are just an archaic form of communication, and very few people actually use it. I mean, Clark Kent can't even change in it because they're too small for him to spin around and change clothes in. So they're really trying to find a good use case scenario for these tiny pylon structures. And I forget the name of the company. If someone could find it for me, but essentially they are looking to replace myriad amounts of these public pay telephone things and basically put up a free Wi-Fi node up to a gigabit speed for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You get free domestic phone calls, including 911 and 311, which is for traffic information. I can only assume. I don't know what 311 is. We have 611 over here for traffic. A charging station for your phone, and it has an integrated tablet interface that has touchscreen, so you can get information about directions and services in the area, which is great for tourists. Apparently they have that in the New York subway system already. But what's more interesting is that it will be a hotspot. So if you're in the vicinity, in the Wi-Fi area of this one node, you on your cell phone or your mobile device can access this free hotspot 24 hours a day, 7 days a week through 365 days a year. And yeah, 311 is New York information. So if I don't know, the Avengers are crashing down on Fifth Avenue, you would call 311, say, "What's going on?" "Oh, the Avengers are crashing down. There's a Red Skull and all that." I was like, "Oh, okay, that makes sense." So yeah, this is for the municipality of New York, for all the boroughs, and so that's great because that's going to be for all the and I don't want to say residents because it's not. This isn't meant to replace residential Wi-Fi and home internet. This is really just kind of for the passerby that is kind of walking down the street and I need to jump online with my Chromebook or my Android tablet and I have no Wi-Fi. Oh wait, yes I do, thanks to Link and NYC, and it is going to be free for those that use it, and they poised that this would actually accrue about $500 million in revenue for the city over the next 12 years, all through advertising. So if you've ever been to a Starbucks or you've ever been to an airport where they offer free Wi-Fi, you open up your browser, you connect to their Wi-Fi, you open up your browser, and you accept to the terms and conditions of getting free Wi-Fi. Sometimes those terms and conditions include a tiny little pop-up window that just kind of opens in the bottom left-hand corner, and you may or may not see it, but just having those little ads pop up at you, that's what allows you to get the free internet at the airport. Get the free internet at the airport. So this is really going to be pretty much the same idea. It's not in it's not in motion just yet. This is just more of the concept and the proposal, but it looks like this is going to happen. The problem is people aren't necessarily skeptical of this getting off the ground. People are skeptical about the speed. Up to gigabit speed. I can say my internet is up to gigabit speed too, because anything below gigabit is still up to a gigabit. So, but having that high echelon of gigabit fiber style speed for free in the city likes of New York, it's kind of little far-fetched for people. And I believe I understand their skepticism and their cynicism behind it. But Sean, what do you think about this whole thing? I mean, when you first heard about this,
Beggars can't be choosers. Give me a break. Come on, people. Be happy. This is awesome. This is awesome. I am very, very... This is a great feature. I'm sorry. I looked at this and I'm like, awesome. Thumbs up. Great plan. I am happy they're doing it. I'm looking at the residential and the commercial one. The commercial is going to have advertisements. The residential is going to be sleeker. They look like something out of the future. They look really cool, and they're really convenient. Gets people off cellular networks. Get people able to more information. The advertisers get to feed ads directly to people walking by. I mean, oh my God, how much of a better thing can you find than that? It's like everybody walking by will get the ad that I paid for, saying, "Check out Sean Wilmer's new album," when they walk past this post.
City Bridge is the company that's going to.
You get the idea. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's just like, this is a good idea, and the greatest thing I liked about it is that they're taking within reason. I don't know how often phone booths are being used. I'm quite confident they're not being used nowhere near as much, but of course there needs to be some around just for people to use. But they're taking a lot that aren't being used, or you replace.
But not anymore, because if this offers free calling.
Well, yeah,
it offers free calling.
When anyone complains about this, really, the speed may not be the speed they're calling. Shut up.
No, I remember.
Have it. All right, just be without.
There's a Louis C.K. joke where he's in a plane, and the steward gets on the intercom and says, "Hey, just so you know, our plane is now equipped with Wi-Fi. We're one of the first planes ever to be equipped with Wi-Fi, so we're going to offer you guys to try it out for free." Mm-hmm. This was years ago. Obviously. Louis, he was online, jumping on Facebook or whatever, MySpace. It might have been that old. Like, oh wow, this is pretty cool. Then halfway through it, they got back online on the intercom and said, "Oh, you know what? Sorry, the Wi-Fi, the node or the satellite, it's broken, so we have to shut it down. I'm sorry, we have to take away your internet." And Louis, just like you, was like, "Oh, okay, well, that's cool. At least I got to try it." But apparently, I don't know if this is true, or it's part of the joke. But another passenger was like, "Oh crap! Of course they're gonna take it away from me." He's like, "Dude, how are you mad about something you didn't even know existed 20 minutes ago?" And you're not even paying for it. Exactly.
Oh, people, please. I'm sorry. Oh my God. Yeah.
So
okay.
This is going to be a private thing, though. Like this isn't like something that's going to. I mean, are they going to have to abide by FCC regulations? I mean, or because here's what I'm asking. Here's what I'm asking. There's obviously there's this whole net neutrality thing that's going on that we've talked about many times, if this proposal gets passed, whatever Tom Wheeler is trying to push out, right now some of the best internet providers are municipal internet providers in individual cities. So this is one of those that could be sourced as one of the best internet providers, and I guess not cell phone providers, but phone offers phone in the city as well too. But does that mean that I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I mean, I thought I knew.
Well, I'll tell you this much, real fast. I'm not going to open this topic up, but one thing with you bringing up the net neutrality and utilities, you do got to factor in that, yes, net neutrality things, usually things under utility have certain regulations, and you're right. How internet companies will be affected by that, and this is another company that could be affected. Honestly, when net neutrality opened, we have no idea, and we really don't know. But I still think this is a great idea. I love this idea. Whether it's a private company or a public company, if it's a private company, I hope they make a crap load of money on this.
So City Bridge is a New York-based consortium of leading experts in technology, advertising, connectivity, and user experience, and was formed to propose the fastest free municipal Wi-Fi to New York City. They're actually going to host a public hearing on the proposal before they take a vote on it. So this is just the proposal.
I love this idea. Support it.
I'm down with it. Yeah, I can't really see. Okay, I can see why some businesses might be against it, because businesses benefit when you go into Starbucks. They benefit when you use their Wi-Fi, because obviously in those terms and conditions you're giving up certain rights to a certain degree to so they can give you advertising and feed you other things through your browser. Now that you're going to use this, you're giving up your rights to essentially the city of New York, and you're getting ads to them. But Starbucks is no longer getting your ads, and all you're doing in Starbucks is sitting down and drinking their free, amazing water.
Not necessarily, depending on the throw and the fact that people can block Wi-Fi signals. Like, how many times do you walk outside Target, get one Wi-Fi signal, you walk into Target, instantly you get another. They
Is
just
that blocking, or is that just
or
range?
maybe it's just whatever it is, but I'm quite confident that when you walk into a Starbucks, when you get 1 bar from the city and 5 bars from Starbucks, and since you're in there, you're going to switch to Starbucks Wi-Fi.
Yeah, and that's the question also. I mean, this is all kind of part of the program of where are they going to place these structures, especially, New York City is. I was gonna say New York City is so big it's like a city. Wow. So New York City is huge, and so depending on how many of these nodes that they place, there's obviously going to be some sort of conflict between free Wi-Fi in Best Buy or Starbucks. Is there going to have to be some is Starbucks is going to have their own kind of methodology to block non-Starbucks free Wi-Fi, or?
There's no reason not. There's no reason to. I mean, honestly, all they gotta do is get people connected and make them just have them and serve them something. I mean, Starbucks will be happy that the people are in their store. They're in their store, they're shopping, they're buying, and everything. The Wi-Fi is it's courtesy. It's sort of like when you go to a hotel, you stay overnight. They give you a breakfast as a little courtesy breakfast, a bagel and a piece of some coffee. You don't have to have it, or they don't have to give it to you. They're just doing it out of the kindness of their heart, and just be happy that they're giving it to you. It's like, here, thank you for being part of it. Hey, while you're here at Starbucks, here, enjoy your free Wi-Fi. Oh, you want to use their Wi-Fi? Fine, whatever. Fine, just enjoy your coffee. And would you like some more coffee? And don't forget to take a pastry, because we make all our money on pastries.
So the last thing I wanted to say about this is, for those of you out there that are listening and thinking, oh, they're gonna increase taxes to make this happen. This is not going to be any kind of cost to taxpayers whatsoever. They're going to accrue all money through advertising. And how they do that through ads, I don't know. Maybe it's going to be like a 5-minute video that you have to watch before you can start streaming the internet. And if that's the case, for free gigabit speed and free calling when you use the stations,
fine.
Sure, fine.
Fine. Fine.
Yeah.
I'll happily watch it. So. All right, so besides New York City, or that consortium within the group of people in New York, Sony has revealed some more information about something they announced at CES earlier this year. One of the things they announced was they were looking to do an internet-based TV service. They didn't say much more beyond that. Tony and you and I were just said, well, we know they're going to do something. We guess it could be a la carte. We don't know. We were all kind of up in the air and saying we don't know what the heck they could be doing or trying to do. Well, they announced more information without explaining exactly everything they're doing. Congratulations, you guys are awesome for that. All right, so the service is going to be called Sony View, V-U-E, but I guess it's called View, like V-I-E-U, V-I, oh God, I can't even spell it, V-I-U-W, Jesus Christ, like View. And essentially, it is an internet-based TV service designed to work with PlayStation consoles immediately, and then later on, and very soon after, it seems to be what they're saying, iPad, and then after that, Sony Android devices. Pretty interesting lineup here there, huh, Tony? Not surprising, though, at the same time.
No, they definitely are going to go where the eyes are.
Yeah, you know what's funny?
It's a sad truth, but they have very few eyes on their own Android tablets and phones.
You know, I was listening to some other thing this morning, and they were saying the same thing. Like, I don't know why, and I'm like, they're going where the money is, bro. The money's over there in the iOS, dude.
Same thing with Microsoft,
Go where the money is.
They're going to develop the best apps they can right now on iOS and Android, because that's where the money's at. That's where people are at, and then people are going to look at, people are going to look at Sony in a different light. Hopefully, it's like, oh wow, Sony's doing really cool things on iPad. That's awesome. Maybe I'll look at a Sony TV next time. I mean, that's kind of the mentality that they have. That's why companies like this do weird things that they do, hoping that their brand, it's building their brand, will just kind of, blossom and just reticulate throughout your body. Like, oh, I need everything Sony. Yeah. I used to be like that. with Sony. No, that's kind of going off topic a little bit, but yeah, anything Sony, I was like, Dad, you gotta get it because it says Sony. I didn't even know what that meant. It's like, we gotta get it. It says Sony. He's like,
Their advertisers were really good.
No, it just means I was a little kid. It was Sony, Jordan, and for golf it was Callaway. But I didn't even play golf, but at the time it's like, oh, we gotta get Callaway stuff. But when we start playing golf, and Dad's like, what are you even talking about? Just. But yeah, there's going back to this. It's going to be a package of about 75 TV channels.
Yeah, so 75 channels. Let's see here. Broadcast networks that have signed on: CBS, NBC, Fox programming, including USA, FX, Discover, Bravo, MTV, Comedy Central, and Food Networks.
So Aereo, that's the key. Signed on. The channels that signed on. That's how you get internet-based TV to work. I'm sorry, but for now, that's how you make it work.
Now, for anyone who thinks that this is the be-all, end-all, the thing that we've been asking for with the a la carte, it does not seem to be. A lot of analysts are stating that it sounds like it's still going to be package-based, so it's going to be very similar to the cable service that you already have. So, unfortunately, for those looking for a way of around it or a way of getting that one channel, this does not look like the solution. But at the same time, they are claiming, and I love the vagueness of this statement. This is my favorite one of all. I love it's like when they talk about the pricing of it, they said it is going to be fair and competitive, which means
fair to who?
But what really matters, and this is actually the part that I really do like: no long-term contracts. Fine. Yeah. No equipment rentals or installations. That's actually okay because I still pay $5 for this, and you pay another $5 for this thing, and you pay $1, whatever. It's like, in other words, they're just going to charge you the service, and you may not have to pay the taxes and some of the other stuff that we've been having to pay.
So other than, well, if you go to fx.com,
mm-hmm.
Can you, even without a subscription, can you watch shows? Because if you go to fox.com, cbs.com, abc.com, you can watch shows even without having to sign in, proving that you have a cable subscription. Because those are over-the-air channels. But if I go to fx.com, can I just watch Sons of Anarchy without proving that I have an FX or FX subscription with my cable provider?
That'd be incredible if they actually allowed that to happen.
The reason why I'm asking is because what is...
Go on. Yeah.
The reason why I'm asking is other than the say that again?
Live TV. Go on. I'm answering. I'm finding out the answer to your question right now.
Oh, so the reason why I'm asking, like, can you just go to the website, is because you still have to pay for internet to get this, obviously, because this is internet-based TV. So wouldn't it be easier, depending on your setup, just to, or could it be easier, or not necessarily easier, but it would definitely be cheaper just to go to have your setup, just go to these direct websites to watch your streaming shows, because you're probably going to get these shows the exact same time through PlayStation View than just going to the website.
Yeah, you're right. And yes, you can watch them live. FX, at least in particular, yeah, you can watch that live, as well as streaming. It seems like...
Wait, hold on. Do you get FX, though?
No, I do not get FX.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
Actually, let me check. Actually, let me try to log in, because it said watch live. I didn't actually try to log in and try to watch live. Let me check right now. Hopefully, if this screws up our recording or video, then oops. But one of the things that they were saying, and this is, I think, an analyst was kind of alluding to this too. It's like the pricing is going to be the key to the success of what they can deliver here. Because the pricing, if it's really competitive compared to what you can get otherwise, then yeah, they have something they can do. It seems like what they were stating was Sony was claiming that a good portion of their viewers have packages that price closer to the $130 to $180 price range, which, as you know, is like all the HBO. It's like a lot of stuff. And a bunch of media executives are claiming that this is probably going to be closer to about the $60 price point. So essentially, they're just going to undercut. They're going to deliver the same service and undercut it by maybe $30. Maybe. And that's what the analysts are expecting, but Sony is not claiming one way or the other.
Okay, so I went to fxnetworks.com, and you do have to sign in.
Ah, crap. So you have to sign in and prove that you have a cable network.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess that's where it is. It's like you. It's the same thing, I guess. It's either way, it's a cable
No,
service.
I just want to know. Yeah, I figured as much. I mean, I thought I might have found a loophole, but
Well,
they're a little smarter than me on that.
well,
But just that.
I hope FX is.
That's all.
Well, so we'll see how this turns out. This is not going to be a la carte. There's going to be some packages involved. I wonder if they're just going to allow you to do the TNT package or the AT&T, not AT&T package, the CBS package or the Discovery package. I wonder how they're going to do it. So, but who knows?
Because here, the other thing too is, depending on your cable provider, sometimes if you just get internet, because you want to use something like PlayStation View, if you just want to get internet, your monthly bill is like $90. But if you sign into their package of basic cable and internet, your monthly bill is $80. So you save $10 a month. Maybe there is a two-year subscription, but you're really only going to use the internet. So there's no reason for you not to necessarily sign up for that 2-year plan. Plus, if there's no competition in the area, then you really have no other choice. So again, depending on your situation, PlayStation View
maybe
really doesn't do anything, except for maybe on your iPad.
Or maybe, I don't know.
And even then, you have Xfinity Now on your iPad, and does the exact same stuff. I don't know.
They're directly competing with the cable companies. And
it's all choices. Yeah, no, I get it. It's all choices.
Yeah.
Choices are good.
And you mentioned the way Comcast can counter this. Packages. Just drop the price of the packages and make them even more competitive. They have the ability to do that, but within reason. The problem is those networks are still charging Comcast so much money to even carry those channels. Comcast just can't come up breaking even on these channels. They have to make something on them. So I know that Comcast maybe will get more competitive the minute that they officially said, PlayStation View, $60. Comcast, the week later, hey, our packages are dropping to $60.
Yeah.
And then it's like there's no reason to get PlayStation View anymore. So who knows what's going to happen? I think when more information comes out in pricing, then we'll see what really happens. So
I mean, that's what competition's supposed to do. It's supposed to innovate, and then also, price-wise, there's supposed to be some sort of price war, not gouging. There's supposed to be wars to really compete for our money, our patronage, not what's going on right now.
But true competition.
I have no choice.
True competition, though, is derived from having multiple competitors.
Right.
When this is released, that's another competitor, but we probably would still need maybe one or two more. Like, if Verizon could really launch theirs off the ground, or if other people could really launch their other ones off the ground, and if Google really had a live TV service, then Sony had theirs, and some other third-party company had theirs, and they were all very legit platforms like Microsoft or whatever, then at that point, competition is going to kick in big time, and it's going to be just a great.
Yeah.
We'll be doing fantastic
at that time.
Yeah, but we
got to get there, because right now, yeah.
We got another hat. We got another hat coming though, so that at least we know it is slowly moving in that direction. So.
Come on, Google.
YouTube subscriptions again. So we love our subscriptions. Tony, YouTube Music Key is in beta next week. What is really going on, man?
So next week means this week, so that's cool.
Yay.
So yeah, YouTube Music Key was rumored earlier on this summer, and we knew it was some sort of higher-end subscription model for YouTube users to get ad-free content specific to music, hence the name Music Key. So last week it was officially announced, called YouTube Music Key, and this will not only give you ad-free music video content, it'll also marry the existing Google Play Music All Access subscription. So you pay once, and you get both services. So right now you're paying $9.99, or if you got lucky, $7.99 to Google Play Music All Access. And within the next month or so, you'll automatically be upgraded and connected to YouTube Music Key. For those of you that are not already on Google Play Music All Access, you can sign up for the beta. It'll be free for 6 months, and then after that, it'll be $7.99, I think, if you sign up as a beta user, and then after that, it'll be the standard $9.99 as how Google Play Music All Access is. So the name Google Play Music All Access is going away. I think Google is now just going to be calling it Music Key, and that's going to encompass all of that. And so yeah, not only does this
This sounds awesome. I'm celebrating him right now.
Not only does this take away ads, but YouTube has its own curated playlist. They have what's it called? The DJ remixes. How acclaimed DJs have curated mixes already, and then also. Not only can you watch the videos without ads, you can pull them offline. You can do offline viewing, so when you're outside a Wi-Fi area, you can still watch the video, so it's not taking up your data bandwidth. You can also, what's it called? There was another thing too. I guess I should read the article. No, I was trying to go off. I was trying to go off memory. So yeah, it's ad free. It marries the two services together. You can listen to it offline. Yeah, I mean you have the full music videos. And right now, if you're not a part of the beta, right now you'll notice there's a change because if you go to YouTube.com. Right on the YouTube.com homepage, there's an additional tab that says music. And if you're signed into your YouTube, it'll notice all the different bands and songs that you've listened to, and it's already categorized like a YouTube mix for you. So for me, a lot of it's like
grunge.
A lot of it is grunge and metalcore, and then there's a bunch of classical music stuff too, because I'm really into classical music. That's what I was brought up on. And
then what happened? I'm kidding.
So mean. I thought we were friends.
Dude, I like grunge actually a lot.
So you would so let's take Johann Sebastian Bach. You get all the Bach cello suites. I can download all of that and then listen. Oh, that was the other thing. You can play the video and then turn with YouTube Music Key. You can play the video, and if the screen of your phone turns off, the video will continue playing. And so it's like, so there won't be any kind of interruption. Here's the question.
Yep.
Why?
Why not?
No, because if I'm already paying for Google Play Music All Access, I get all this stuff anyways. Because the idea of YouTube Music Key is that, yeah, maybe I'll be watching the video, but for the most part, when people go to YouTube to listen to the music, they go to listen to the music. The video portion is a secondary immersive part of wanting to hear the new Ariana Grande track. Well, she's a bad example because I would love to watch her videos.
Oh, let me go watch it right now then.
No, but so you get my point. There's a lot of similarities here. I can listen to the Bach cello suites on Google Play Music because I already pay for that, or I can listen to it through YouTube Music Key, but I get that for free. So what service would I go into?
So is your question? I'll make sure I'm understanding the issue you have here because I want to make sure this isn't another cried spilled milk kind of a thing here. All right, so
it might be.
Yeah. So you're wondering which service to use. So I'm gonna make sure I'm clear here. So they said it's going to be $8 introductory and $10 monthly, but Google Play and this Music Key are essentially going to be one service, and it's going to still be $10. And they're essentially including a bunch of music videos on top of having all this music too.
Right. So for the same amount that I'm paying right now, I get.
Smiling up to. I'm thinking like, yes, I get no more ads at work. Oh my God, yes, dude! I use YouTube. We as a store use YouTube all the time at work to either find videos, look for stuff that we're not always looking for. Sometimes we're like, hey, can I hear this one song? We go to YouTube instead of trying to look it up on trying to find the album. I just want to look for this one song. But we always have to wait for ads. Like over the PA, everybody's in this whole store. Oh wait, hang on, let's cut the Verizon ad. Wait 30 seconds. Turn the regular PA back on, wait 30 seconds. Okay, kill this back. It's like, oh.
And that is definitely the use case scenario for this. In a party situation, how many times have you gone to a party maybe or a house party where they're playing Pandora and the person playing Pandora is using the free version of Pandora, and then all of a sudden there's like a Valtrix ad. It's like, dude, what the hell is this? Like, oh, it's Pandora, bro.
Targeted ads.
Yeah. Why is it targeted to you? wrong search on Google, man. Just late night. I don't know, but you get my. So yeah, I definitely see your point. I mentioned it earlier too, like those curated DJ mixes.
Yeah.
That's a huge up on that. Um, I know my son would love this because remember that one time I said, my son was all upset about seeing Prop 46 ads every time he's trying to watch this new like Minecraft YouTube video.
Yep.
Now he's not, as long as he listens or watches music videos, he's not going to see that. So this is obviously very new to.
Whoa! I'm sorry, I'm watching this Avria Grande, but I didn't expect the missiles that come from her boobies to shoot out.
Oh yeah, booby missiles.
Wow, I did not.
Those are weapons of mass destruction right there, man.
I've not seen this video. Watch that video. Wow, there's only probably 168.7 million people. So I'm sure there's a few people more who've seen this video than I have seen.
I'm sure there's a GIF out there of just the booby missiles.
Yeah, there's like a boob missiles.
Yeah. Sorry, we don't mean to be misogynist at all.
I'm literally just did not expect to see this. Like,
well, that's not something you see every day.
It's just like, yeah, boom, like, okay, wow, it destroyed the robot. Nice, okay, great, all right, great to hear.
So Google has updated their Android and iOS app to have its own set of YouTube music tabs. So all you have to do if you want to sign up for this beta is you got to go to Google, and if you go to youtube.com/music-key, you can sign up for the beta. I don't know how they're going to roll it out. I mean, Sean and I got the inbox beta maybe a week and a half after all the other press guys got it, so I don't know what that says about us, but you might be lucky to get the beta as soon as we get it. So yeah, head over there, and this will launch obviously in the United States and a few other countries internationally. But I'm really excited to see, from a personal use, if I wanted to watch a video, am I going to still take advantage of the free no ad video on YouTube, or because I'm already paying for all access, am I just going to use the all access? I'd like to see what the actual use case scenario for my everyday life is going to be. It's all going to be very anecdotal about it, but I think it'd be interesting to see how that would pan out, because I know for me here at home, when my daughter wants to watch like Elmo music videos and stuff like that, I don't know if this would play into that, but we'll get ads every once in a while for like a Dodge Durango or something like that. Like, oh, we got to deal with this stupid ad, or a progressive ad or something like that. And after 30 seconds, then she can watch the video. So hopefully that would tie into that, so we don't have to worry about any kind of ads for any kind of music video. But obviously, it's music partners. I get it. So we'll see.
We were going to put a TV up in my store, and I want to play music videos, but I've been refraining from doing that because of ads. This solves the problem.
All right.
And I already paid for the service.
Sweet.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm like.
Well, you are happier than a baby in a candy store.
Yeah, I've already signed up for it too. I'm actually, no, this is a very interesting thing. And you know what's funny? We were talking real fast, and then we're gonna go take a break here. But we mentioned a couple months ago. You would ask me, well, actually, but every time a new music service comes out, you always ask me the same question. Do you think kind of alluding is, do you think this will survive? Do you think it will make it? Do you think it will stand out? Kind of alluding to that question, because everybody and their mama has a music service nowadays. Well, Google is now doing something that actually makes theirs stand out, and if they included part of the fee the way they're saying they're going to do, this makes a difference. So now it's like, oh, by the way, you guys, remember that thing you guys already used called YouTube? And remember those things that you hate so much called those ads? And remember this thing that we were trying to sell you? Well, if you buy this, now we're throwing in no ads in YouTube. No, all in one bundle. Oh, and we're going to make it so you can play your videos offline. Oh, and also your screen can shut off and your videos won't stop playing. Same price. No, we're not raising the price. Same price.
No, you're right, because
Yeah.
for that same price you get, and I know you mentioned that your Sony Unlimited catalog is a little better than Google Play
Yeah,
Music,
but this
but now
done. I don't care.
now yeah.
You don't get these 5 albums. Who cares? I'll find another way of getting them. Don't worry
Well,
about
yeah,
it.
who cares? You could possibly find it on Google with this, and then there's your 5 albums.
Or I just buy them and just put them in my own library.
Yeah,
All
sure.
right.
Yeah, that works too.
Yeah. So either way. All right. Let's take a break here, dude. It's a lot of fun talking a lot of technology. The head is getting crazy and everything. Talking a lot of stuff. I'm getting really happy about all this technology and stuff. But before I get all happy and we see pictures of like older guys on the screen, we're gonna go ahead and take a break. Sometimes you just want to relax, chill out. One of the ways I actually chill out and relax is sit back. Podcasting is a great way, like listening to other podcasts, but just really just listening to people talk. It seems to be a big thing, but stories it kind of goes along with that same thing because sometimes you want to hear like local news. Sometimes you want to hear your favorite sports podcast. Me, I like to listen to a 49er podcast. Yeah. But sometimes you just want to hear something different. You want to hear something that is not that's not on the story, that's not like current events. You just want to hear a good story. And Audible.com is actually a really good service that you can use to, get great professional and really the best-selling and top books out there that are in the world today and getting them read to you so that we can enjoy them in our busy lifestyles, which means when you're finally commuting and you don't want to listen to the same radio station playing the same 7 songs on there, you know what? This is a great solution. It's called audible.com. Now, this is a URL that we want you to use to sign up when you check it out. If you sign up, you get a free book. And if you stay a member, you actually get books every single month. It's like being in a book club. You sign up, you become part of the club, you pay a little fee every single month. You get free books that you get to enjoy. You get discounts on other books. And most important of all, we're talking like Stephen King novels, the Grisham novels. We're talking about the bestsellers, the stuff that you walk past in Costco, the stuff you see in Barnes and Nobles, etc. It's like these are the really, really best stuff out there, read by professionals, and it's just a great way of listening to these books. And most important of all, we can do it with our busy lifestyles. We don't have to sit back and do this anymore and with our eyes peeled to the book. Nope. Throw it on, put on your headphones, sit back, enjoy the book while you're cleaning around the house, while you're commuting to your job, whatever you're needing to do. So audibletrial.com/lazy. Remember that URL, audibletrial.com/lazy. Sign up with that one. Enjoy it. Enjoy your free book. And enjoy many of the features. And there's a lot of other features I did not mention, and you should definitely go to the URL and check it out, audible.com/lazy. Also, 150,000 options, works on your phone, the one in your pocket, doesn't matter what you got, it will work. So thank them for being a sponsor, and definitely please check out the service. I think you really and genuinely will enjoy it. All right, now, Tony, flash us the picture of the guy with the milestone and the anyway. So something that was once upon a time not.
Why did they choose that picture? He looks. He looks. I don't want to say what he looks, but it just doesn't look good.
I think Giga Home was probably mad about maybe something else he said. Who knows?
Oh, Giga Home.
Yeah, or maybe they're Apple fanboys. That's the other thing people like to say, right?
Oh, Malik, an Apple fanboy?
Yeah, who knows?
I don't know.
All right. Anyway, so what's going on with Microsoft and their NET open source project?
Okay, so this is huge news.
I'm gonna get a beer. Let's get
Okay. Wait, hold on. No. So if you're a developer or developers, you know how like every major platform has their own kind of language that you develop for. There's Java, there's C#, there's .NET, and I would say like the beginning of, maybe not the beginning of the beginning, but the vast majority of the beginning of programming was done on .NET, specifically on Windows. And then everything else kind of got, much better to a certain degree. iOS went off the grid, off the chart. That's C#, I think, or C+. Yeah, C#. And then Android is Java, and then Mac is Mac. It's its own thing. And then there's Linux. And so there's a bunch of Unix. Okay, thank you. So there's Unix, and then there's Linux.
Yeah. And
so there's a bunch of different things. And as a developer, you're like, oh, I just need to develop my app, whatever the app is, like, Tony's app. And it's like I want to make it really awesome, not just like build it for each ecosystem. I want to make it like the best it can be. But as it is right now, I got to like learn all these languages. Now there are tools to help you learn all these languages, but they're like Xamarin. Xamarin's a great tool, but it's not like one that I could buy. Xamarin's like $20,000 a year to use. And basically, it's kind of a bridge app that lets you build an app once, and it replicates the application in its best ability on iOS, Android, and wherever else, Windows Phone, things like that. So now, Microsoft has done something really out of the ordinary, and they've made .NET open source, which allows developers to basically write an app in .NET through the programming language of .NET in the framework of .NET. This is the box around me, and allows them, in my very simpleton mind of understanding how .NET works, it allows them to build the app, and it will work on all these platforms. Now, it doesn't mean they just have to build it once and it's just magical and it works. It means that they have to build it once and they have to tweak the code. So there is, in the sense of fragmentation, fragmentation within .NET because of all the different screen sizes and resolutions and just how the different ecosystems and design rules are. The design guides, like you wouldn't design an app for Android and put it on iOS. That would just look terrible, and we've seen that happen. It just looks ugly, or vice versa. But it just makes it that much easier. So for you as a developer, you really only have to worry about maybe 1 or 2 languages instead of 10. So this is great. This is something that no one 10 years ago, 20 years ago would ever thought that Microsoft would ever do. But this is Satya's, Nadella's Microsoft. You know, Steve Ballmer might be the main shareholder, then that's fine. But at the head is this guy who's thinking way outside the box than anyone ever, anyone had ever thought that Microsoft would ever go beyond. And he's doing things, he's making moves that are unprecedented in Microsoft fashion. And I think this is great. With that being said, let's see what developers do. Yeah. Because developers, a lot of them have left, and a lot of them are trying to be coaxed to come back. I mean, I don't know how many times I've heard rumors, or I don't know if they're rumors or if they're truths, that Microsoft is literally trying to not buy them, but they're trying to incentivize developers. Hey, we'll give you X amount of thousands of dollars to build an app, and we'll feature your app in the App Store. I mean, that was like in the beginning days of Windows Phone 7 and Windows 8. Now both of those ecosystems have matured, and we have a lot more AAA applications. Like there's finally Instagram, there's Flipboard, there's Tiny Towers, Star Wars Tiny Towers, there's Asphalt. I mean, a lot of these AAA developers are finally seeing the market share is starting to grow, and the use case of building for these other platforms is definitely in their favor to put the money and effort into building, but this is just going to make that much better. How it works for existing applications that are already built in a different language and transitioning it over to .NET, I don't know the parameters behind that. I don't know if someone would ever do that, if it's too much trouble to basically retranslate it into .NET. But I guess from this point going forward, if you're a developer or within a group of developers and you're wondering, hey, what kind of language should we develop upon to get on the most platforms out there? .NET.
Okay. Nope. Well, it's funny. The first thing I thought of when you brought this up, and you're like, they want to be the best, and I was like, I want to be the very best. No one ever was. And apparently, that is what Microsoft is saying right now.
Anyway, so we got one viewer. It's
Yeah.
almost 12 o'clock. We're gonna give him or her a show.
We're gonna scare them away. Awesome. All right, so let's continue on here. Now, this is some pretty interesting thing. Now,
Yeah, talking about scary,
yeah, there you go. Talking
right?
about scary. So, Tony, why don't you lay it down? What has been going on with the dirt box intrusion?
Okay, so
Red-
the apparently the U.S. Marshals here in the beautiful United States of America have been using these little miniature cell phone towers that are affixed onto Cessna aeroplanes, and they're called dirt boxes or DRT boxes, and they are short for digital receiver technology, hence the nickname. And in essence, what the purpose of these are to intercept cell phone transmission and act as cell phone towers. And the idea behind it is so the U.S. Marshals can catch fugitives. So they can, hey, there's Sean. He's over there in Alabama in this vicinity. We know he's in there based off of his credit cards because he's still using his credit cards for some reason. He's a terrible fugitive, and we've seen him on Facebook, and he's doing photo bombs and everything. So we know he's there. So we'll fly our Cessna planes with these dirt boxes equipped to them, and when he makes a phone call, we'll be able to track that phone call, and we'll be able to kind of get the metadata from the phone call. Now, these boxes also have the ability to find out who they're calling, their ability to see like what text messages are going through. I don't know if they can actually listen to the call, but they can know who's calling, when's calling, and like what text messages are going through and who it's going to. All that stuff. Metadata, and I don't care what you say, metadata is the main data, and that's how we freaking killed Osama bin Laden. So, and it's true, go look it up. But yeah, so the thing about it is, though, it's not like these Cessna planes can just say, oh, there's Sean. It's going to say, oh, there's Alabama, and it's going to have a range of like whatever it flies over, whatever cell phone signals it can connect to, it's going to listen to those cell phone signals, whether it's Sean or me or you, and the U.S. Marshals say, oh, no, we're only going to listen to Sean. We're only going to pinpoint Sean. And we're going to throw out all the other stuff. We don't even care about all the other stuff. Really? Do you think we're that stupid? I'm sorry. I wasn't born yesterday. But that's... So I see why they're doing this, because they're trying to prevent future crime. They're trying to have some sort of maintenance over known criminals that they're trying to subdue and trying to catch. They're literally trying to catch them in the act, and they're not able to put a tracking, tracer on their phone. They're not able to do a number of things. So the next best thing is to literally spy on them from above. The only problem is we are collateral damage, and if you're the type of person that says, fine, spy on me, that's fine. It's like, okay, well, that's you. But the vast majority of other people really don't want to be spied on, Like for me personally, yeah, I don't care. If you want to hear my work conversations, or you want to look at my text messages between me and my wife, that's fine. I do nothing nefarious nor illegal. And the only pictures I send are pictures of my dog or my daughter and my son. So. But for the most part, the American freedom and things like that. This is, I don't want to call it the Red Scare or anything like that, but this is going back into the whole, the possibilities of where this might go is that a lot of people are going to be afraid of, well, anything that they do on the internet, on their phone, because they just don't feel safe anywhere that they go. Now, these planes, these Cessnas, I don't think it was listed in this article, but these Cessnas can only take off from certain airports and certain geographic locations. So they're like regional airports So don't think that they're like everywhere that you go. So when you see a Cessna above you, it probably isn't one equipped with a dirt box, but it might be. But Sean, what do you think about this? And there's only 5 of these. There's only 5 of these aircraft. So yeah, there's not like 20,000 of them. There's only 5. But
yeah, I'm not surprised. At the same time, I already assumed they were already listening to the phone conversations I had. I already assumed that. I was like, every time the phone like screws up, I blame Obama, like everybody else in the country does. The I don't know. I just think that the most interesting thing about this is one. I mean, so the FBI said it's legal. I can see why a lot of legal agencies would definitely want to push this and have it be legal because it allows them to complete their investigations. And considering that is what they're doing with the information, it's hard for me to want to say no. But at the same time, there's about a civil liberties issue that you do have to factor in here. And I don't. And it's just a matter of how far does it go? How much do as a person give up for what we in this country have versus how much do you give up to for your, I mean, let's say, what do you want to give up? You know, like, are you gonna not care if they're gonna talk to your cell phone tower? Do you care if they're listening to your tower? I mean, there's a lot that I don't have answers for. I mean, it's yeah, I'm kind of in between on this one. But I will say this much: I did look up some information. Interesting fact: the FCC, Federal Communications Commission, had no idea this was going on. But the Department of Justice knew very well this was going on and defended it 100%. So we have two
well,
agencies.
they have their own thing too.
Yeah.
They have their stingrays.
So you have two agencies that are doing it. Stingray, the DOG's been doing it for a while. The Marshal Service has found another way of pulling it out. The FCC is not aware of it, and the question is, the FCC, will they care about it, or are they just going to throw it in the same group with the Stingray, saying this is legit, we have the right to do so? I mean, I'm in between on it. I'm just curious to see if there will be a big pushback, if things will just continue on doing the same thing. I'll make sure I'll stop being a criminal right this moment. But either way, I just want to read more about it and just to see how it turns out, like if it starts to make bigger fuss, if it's more of a Congress. And if you're out there listening to the show, you tell us, shoot us an email, comment at lazytechguys.com, or even throw it in the Q&A real quick here and that we have open and let us know. I'd like to know the answer. I'm curious of what you think of it too. So yeah, there's a lot. That's a lot. And also, by the way, I was looking in general, and that's kind of where everybody is. A lot of people are like not surprised. Some people are like, I'm mad. Other people are like, of course it's happening. And a lot of people are saying this is what's happening, and it hasn't really transpired to anything yet. But we'll see how long that happens, right?
Yeah.
All right. Snapchat. Didn't I always say that their name should be something like that? It's like something cool, like a Soul Train thing going on, but like Snapchat instead.
I don't recall. Maybe, possibly.
Make a commercial that goes, "What are you using?" "I'm using Snap," just something crazy like that, and do it like 3 or 4 times, and that is it, and then done. You would make.
Well, they did a crazy commercial, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. So what do you got,
Yeah.
Tony? Letting you now send money to your friends.
So if you are on Snapchat and you've always wanted to send that girl $10 because you didn't give her gas money the last time that you slept with her, this is the way. How dare you, sir? You are not a gentleman. But Snapchat has unveiled a new service called Snap Cash. Not a bad name, actually. Snapcash is going to be provided by Square. Square is a company that they came out with their own kind of credit card readers. It was a company devised by Jack Dorsey, co-founder of Twitter, and their Square is looking for other means to make money because with Apple Pay and NFC, the whole Square thing is kind of going by the wayside to a degree. A lot of my merchants that I go to still use Square, so that's cool. But going back to this, essentially, if you and the other person are signed up with Square Cash and Snap Cash,
I'm just kidding.
You can. All you have to do is open up the Snapchat and type in $5, and then a little green thing would appear on the text line that specifies that it is money that you want to send, and it essentially says, do you want to give this person money? And you click on that, and through Square, because Square is going to handle all the financial side of it. Snapchat's not going to even look at your financial stuff whatsoever. It would send the money from your debit account to your Square account to Sean's Square account, and then he can do whatever he wants from his Square account. He can keep it in his Square account, or he could offload it back into his debit card or whatever. Right now, I think the service supports Visa and MasterCard, and it is live right now, and they've updated both iOS and Android apps. And yeah, what Sean and I were alluding to was the introduction to Snapcash, which is this video that you can find on YouTube. I would recommend you go watch it if you're high, because it is, I'm just saying, it's definitely one of those videos where you're like, huh? It's pretty crazy and funny. But yeah, this is, I think this is great though. I mean, joking aside from what I said earlier, you know, trying to give money to other people, like for example, you know, when I split a check with somebody, I like, hey, let me send you money through PayPal. Oh, you don't have PayPal. Oh, okay. Well, let me send you money through Google Wallet. It's like, oh, you don't have Google Wallet. For the most part, my age group, they actually do use Snapchat. So it's like, okay, well, let me just send you money through Snapchat. And it's just one of those things. It's all about convenience. So I think this is a great thing. I'm just waiting for, and I was talking to some other people today, I'm waiting for people to actually use this as a means to make, like, as a means to make a living. You know, what have we always joked about Snapchat? Snapchat's about porn. It's about sex. It's about certain types of pictures that you take willy-nilly. No pun intended with the willy. But the see, but yeah, I was talking to another individual today, and he said, I'm just waiting for, you know, someone to want you to pay them through Snapcash like $10 or $5 a picture of him and his girlfriend having sex.
Thank you.
Why not? People would do that. People would pay that. Yeah, you can make jokes. So there's free porn on the internet and everything, but people want to be able to pay $1 here or $1 there for that instantaneous picture. Because again, I think it's only I don't know if Snapchat does video or not, but I think they do. But it's that instantaneous interaction with that other person that you'll never find anywhere else. And it could be like, hey, pay me $1 and I'll do whatever you want with my girlfriend. Here's $1. Smash a banana on her boobs. That's $1 well spent. And that's money.
So, dude, I don't know. I'm looking at this thinking, all right, this is kind of cool. People send money. You can send money to your mistress that you secretly have been sleeping. It's like, oh, my sweetie boo is missing. She needs $30,000. Let me go send her a quick $30,000 so my wife can't find. This is all shady stuff, man. I'm kidding. No, it's cool. Snapchat is bigger in other countries besides the United States, so I'm kind of, you know, they're doing something cool. They linked up with Square. My bigger interest is
WhatsApp is the one that's bigger in other countries.
Right. So Oh, you're right. No, these guys
huge here.
Yeah.
It's all about demographics, man. Because like you, I mean, no disrespect to you and your age and the people you hang out with, but you don't use Snapchat.
No. So WhatsApp, Snapchat, I keep mixing the two up. But yeah. I'm curious, how much percentage is the money going? Like when you Western Union money to somebody else, I want to Western Union money you $20 to you, Tony. You know good well I'm paying $25 to get you that.
I know, yeah. So that's one thing
how does that factor in here?
How much is Snapchat making off of it, and then also how much is Square taking out of it? Because like when you do a Square payment, like if you're my barber and I use Square, they take like 0.85%, or they take like 0.85%. So like if it's a $10 haircut, you're only getting like $9.15 because they already took the 85 cents out or whatever it is. So yeah, I don't know about that, but I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, that's the thing that I'm curious about. But what, dude? So Nokia, you know, they were a company. They were owned by Microsoft, and they broke away from Microsoft. They were like, took their ball and went home. Decided to go ahead and build their own tablets, and apparently they are announced. They are now.
They didn't break away from Microsoft.
I'm just kidding. Well, actually, no, aren't they? No. No, didn't the factory or didn't a group of employees or didn't like the employees kind of do their own thing while Microsoft got the name or something like that? Or
Okay, so here's what's happened. Microsoft got the product division and hardware division from Nokia. What Nokia was left over with was their mapping and their networking tools, because they do a lot of stuff in the towers and things like that. But really, with the agreement that Nokia, because Nokia is still a company, they have hear maps and stuff, the agreement that Nokia had with Microsoft was that until 2016 they would not come out with a flagship phone, they wouldn't come out with any kind of phone. But I don't think in the contract there was anything about coming out with the tablet.
wait, what was the year again?
2016.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
2 years from now. Okay.
So in 2016, Nokia can't come out with the Nokia phone. But like I said, I don't think there was anything in there saying that they couldn't come out with their own tablet. So guess what? Nokia comes out with their own tablet called the N1. So if you look at the N1 right now, and first of all, they launched this, or rather they announced this at a Helsinki event in their home country of Finland. What was that? Sorry, no, I heard a big bang upstairs. And Nokia has designed this, but it's Foxconn who's actually manufacturing it, whereas Nokia was the one that not manufactured before. So it's Foxconn manufacturing it and distributing it, hence the reason why the first distribution is going to be in China, and it's going to be just about the equivalent of $249. So this will be available around February 19th, and then it will be launched in other countries and cities subsequently thereon after. This device has a 2.3 gigahertz quad-core Intel Atom Z35800 processor, a 533 megahertz PowerVR G6430 graphics processor, 2 gigs of RAM, 32 gigabytes of storage. It housed the new Android 5.0 Lollipop with the Z launcher, so it's Nokia's like Z launcher app. And if you've never tried the Z launcher app, you can actually try and download that from the Google Play Store right now and try it on your phone. See how that is. It comes with the new Type-C USB connector, which allows you to put in the USB any which way that you want, very similar to the Apple Lightning connector. Has a rear 8 megapixel rear shooter, 5 megapixel front shooter, and a resolution of 2048 by 1536. So very, very good. It's actually weighs less than an iPad mini. It's a little bit smaller than an iPad mini. It is thinner than an iPad mini. It costs less than an iPad mini, but it looks so much like an iPad mini. And that's the thing. It's like it's a complete and blatant ripoff, and they do it with no apology whatsoever. There's like, you know what? What's the most popular 9-inch, 8-inch tablet that's out there right now? Let's be honest. It's the iPad mini or the iPad.
Oh, no way. I would have never guessed.
So let's take what's good and make it better. Let's make it lighter. Let's make it cheaper. Let's upgrade the cameras. Let's make the resolution better. Let's do all these things. Let's put Android on there because obviously it's better than iOS, hands down. And we're gonna sell a crap ton of these in Asia. So here's my gut reaction for something like this. Awesome, Nokia, great job. Get ready for the lawyers from Microsoft. I'm just letting you know. Second of all, though, it's way too close to Apple. And the fact that because it's like that, in the sea of so many different tablets that are out there for Android, specifically in China, it will be lost just because you're Nokia. I don't think that you can rest on that name brand and just say, oh, we're Nokia. We're just going to go in there and have a low-end, or not low-end, but a low-price tablet and beat everybody else out of the market, because I just don't see that happening. And this isn't a Google Play move either. Like there's no Google stuff on there whatsoever. You can't get Google Maps. You can't get the official Gmail app. You can't get the official YouTube app. All this YouTube stuff we were talking about cannot be applied to this tablet. And again, there are certain markets that don't even know what I'm talking about, so they're like, we don't care, and that's fine. But there's nothing really that sets this tablet apart from all the other tablets. It kind of like music streaming services that don't set themselves apart just because it's built by this guy versus that guy. And that's how this tablet is. It's designed by Nokia, built by Foxconn, and oh hey, there's a bunch of other tablets that are also built by Foxconn, and they're the same price or half the price, and no one even cares or knows. And I don't see why Nokia had to do this except for the fact of them saying, hey, we are still here.
Tony?
What?
Tell us how you really feel.
I know, right? No, I get upset. Not upset, but I get like.
I get it. I get it. And everything you're stating is correct. I actually agree with you 100%. I got it. You're right. But let's just see what they do with it. Maybe, slam that beer. Let's just see what they do with it. They may do the announcement. Maybe when it gets to people's hands, that people are saying, you know what, this is significantly better, or this does stand. You never know. I'm just speculating. I'm just saying, just not throw them under the bus yet. Hey, real fast, do you want to check what that noise was upstairs, or you think you're good?
No, I'm gonna text her.
All right, cool. All right, yeah, real quick. Well, and then while he's doing his text, let's talk about what do we got here next? Android.
What I really wanted to talk about, So what VR. I really want to talk about were two things regarding Samsung's announcement from the Samsung Developer Conference last week. I alluded to, I don't think that whatever happened with the Galaxy VR, we didn't hear anything about that on last week's show. But apparently, Samsung heard me and said, "Oh no, we do have something to announce. It's called the Galaxy, or it's called the Gear VR Innovator Edition, and it will be available here in the United States for $200." Again,
responding back.
Yeah, she is. It'll be available for $200 with the Bluetooth, or for $250 with a Bluetooth controller, and this will only work with the Galaxy Note 4, which is I have right here. What? And it has Oculus Rift or Oculus technology. So again, just imagine. So. Yeah. So I'll be doing that all day. If you don't,
you begin your laser LASIK here in about 5 years.
5 years, yeah.
You're like trying to fix your eyes.
so there you go. If you live here in the United States and you have the Galaxy Note 4, you have plans to buy the Galaxy Note 4, and you were already thinking that you want to dive into the VR experience for $200, that's not bad. That's not really that bad if you think about it, because you already bought the phone, and you bought the phone because you wanted the phone. This is a $200 accessory to the phone, granted, but if you wanted to get into the VR experience, what are your other options? You have the Oculus Rift, which is $1,500, the Project Morpheus, which is not even available to even buy as a developer right now, and some other kind of run-of-the-mill stuff. So this is a really good price point for what it is. And then for those people that do decide to buy it, there's another thing that was announced with Samsung called Project Beyond. Now, Project Beyond is essentially a little hockey puck looking device that has 16 cameras, full HD cameras all the way around, has its own cooling system, wide angle optics, and you can, in essence, put it in the middle of a football field, like, I don't know, Levi Stadium. Maybe not in the middle, maybe hanging, because if you put it in the middle, people are going to knock into it. You put it hanging, and you, in your VR headset, you can log in to this camera, like let's just say Project Beyond camera at Levi Stadium, and you would be able to look around and see the whole stadium and watch the game play underneath you live. I think that's freaking awesome. Like
I think it's camera here we're talking.
It's pretty small. It's
Yeah,
it
so you're not really
captures.
gonna do it for the whole football field.
No, 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 no.
Gonna
It,
say,
it's
you had me
it's
all excited
fixated.
there. I was like, "You're kidding? That's awesome! Man,
It,
we can
it's
do that." Oh no.
it's fixated.
Mm.
So I don't know if there's any good video of this being used, but it's fixated. So if you think of like when you've ever used Google Maps and you've kind of looked around in Street View, you know you've I mean you use Street View on
No, no,
Google
no.
Maps, right?
Oh, I know. I get what you mean by fix. I was just thinking that when you said you drop it over Levi Stadium, take it to the thing, I was like, you mean this? I was like, wait. At first, I was thinking of a thing that was this big. When you described it, I was like, wait, how big is this thing? Like,
Yeah,
is
no,
this?
it's about this big.
I thought it was something I used. I was like, wait, they're installing this in Levi Stadium, and you're saying that people are going to be able to put these things on, and I was like, that is going to be the coolest thing ever. I'm like,
No, no, no,
I would
they're
pay
not installing it
money.
anywhere.
I would pay money. It's like pay $20 and you can watch the thing from above the field. Done.
They're not installing it anywhere.
Yeah, I'm so excited. There you go. I was like, oh, it's just a freaking camera. Got it. All right, yeah. So it's like a good party thing. Throw it in the middle of the room, have a lot of fun. Record it
Yeah,
at
so
a
right
business
now,
meeting.
yeah,
Record
like right
everybody.
now, if you buy into it, one of the things that you'll be able to get is apparently there's going to be live streaming footage of this music concert that's coming up. It's like a 3-day concert. I think it's in England. Like
Hmm.
might be the Download Festival. I don't know, but in essence, you would play it through your Gear VR headset, and it's very immersive, more so than just than you might think, according to what the people have said. So
Well, according to this, it's sort of like you're sitting in that spot and you're looking 360 degrees around and you're sitting right there. And that's kind of cool. I think it's a cool idea. I mean, depending on pricing and technology and all that, of course, will factor in. But I think that it's just going to be something cool. Maybe there'll be a group of people who will use it really well and all that. But, maybe not the greater group of people. Who knows? So, hey, real fast, I just look in the chat. I have a link in there that I found, which kind of goes back to a topic that we talked about earlier today. And I just want to bring this up because it kind of goes back to the YouTube music key thing or music, whatever that thing was called.
oh wow, look at
Yeah.
that.
So apparently, the title goes, one of music's big managers wants to pull 20,000 songs from YouTube. The person in question, his name is, I had it right here, um, Assoff.
Irving Azoff.
Yeah, would you believe it? Where is it? Was it Irving? Pretty much, he is part of a company or in charge of a company called the Global Music Rights, who's fought Google many times on pretty much people playing music on YouTube and people not being compensated. YouTube feels that the music licensing between Google Play that they have covers this. Apparently, this group does not, and they're trying to get all these songs removed out. So, right as Google is doing their music key and YouTube is doing their music key, well, there's something going to get thrown in a way. So we'll see how this turns out also. So we'll keep our eye open on for it. But now, Uber.
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 Bye-bye. What do we got going on, man?
So the next time you're in Uber and you said, "Hey, I would
Man,
love to play my jams through this Uber,"
man, Sean Wilburn over Uber would be fantastic.
that would be awesome.
I'm telling you, man. You know what? Sean's on Spotify. If Sean Wilburn could have his
Sean
music
is
on
on
Spotify,
Spotify. How
it,
could I get Spotify through the speakers of this Uber?
man, if there's a way.
But you know what? I
Well,
think there is.
you're kidding.
Yesterday, Uber and Spotify announced the partnership wherein that in specific cities, I think 10 cities that rolled out on Friday, um, San Francisco, New York, among others. Sorry, I should have the whole list.
No, it's the usual group of cities.
Yeah,
New
San
York,
Francisco, New
Texas,
York. That's all that really matters. L.A.
Los
Um,
Angeles. Yeah, it's the usual group.
yeah. For those individuals with an Uber account and a premium Spotify subscription, not the free one. In certain Uber cars, because the Uber driver has to opt into this, which is a good move, I think, because the cars have to have an auxiliary input thing, Jack.
Okay.
Um, it would allow them to, in essence, in essence, call an Uber car, and I guess through the Uber app somehow you say, oh, and by the way, I want to listen to some Sean Wilburn when I get into the car. I'm assuming at this point the driver gets the notification on his phone, says, "Oh, I got to go pick up Tony at the hotel, and oh, he wants to listen to this,"
And
and
he has great taste in music.
he just clicks yeah, obviously. The driver would just click a button. The driver would just click a button on his phone, connect his phone to the auxiliary input jack of his car radio, and thusly, when I get into the car, I was like, oh yeah, this is the song, this is my jam, this is what I like. All right. And also, as the driver, the driver still has full control over the music and everything. So
he can put it on repeat. Just kidding.
He could.
Yeah, put it on repeat
forever.
Oh man,
so Sean gets paid.
Well, it's good.
Pennies add up, man.
Pennies do add up.
Fractions of pennies add up, man. I'm telling you.
Well, paid subscribers you get more on paid subscribers than you do on free subscribers, so.
Right. So, yeah. So next time you're in an Uber and the guy, the Uber driver is playing some stupid Nicki Minaj stuff or whatever, you're like, next time I get into an Uber, I want to make sure the driver allows me to listen to my stuff.
Dude, that's some Nicki Minaj. I'm sorry, that was just funny to me.
The vast majority of people that I've talked to and listened to and complain and go over this the past couple of days, a good amount of them have said, like, I don't want to listen to I don't want to listen to my passengers' songs because the vast majority of them probably have interests that don't even interest me. And if I don't offer this, like if I don't opt into this, I'll get lower star rating. And then on the other side, on the flip side, other drivers say, well, the vast majority of my drivers or my passengers, they're already consumed into their phones. Like they're already listening to their music in their phone, or like through their headphones. And if they're with somebody, they're talking to each other. The only time that I can definitively say listening to music, there are a few other times, but the main time where you get into a complete stranger's car where listening to the music, and the music has to be something that you passengers, because the driver doesn't matter, but both you and the other passenger really care about, is when you're pissed drunk. That is the one time, like, I want to listen to this one song, and you start singing it, like, let's get into our cab, and you continue singing it in the cabs, like, yeah, Sweet Caroline, da da da, yeah, it's my favorite song ever. But then my problem with that is, if you're that drunk, you're not even gonna know how to get that on the phone. You're gonna be pressing the wrong buttons. It's like, oh, just order the cab. I don't even care. I don't know. A lot of complaints are happening before this is even imposed. So after a month or so of this being imposed, I'd like to see how this all pans out.
All right, city list. Texas is not on there. Here's the official city list: London, L.A., of course, New York, of course, Nashville. They did Tennessee instead. That's actually what kind of got me. Mexico City, San Francisco, Singapore, Stockholm, Sydney, and Toronto. So people out in Canada, Australia, and other places in the UK, yes, you guys are not getting screwed over. You guys are getting a chance to. Yeah, hell, in Singapore. There you go. Anyway, yeah, very cool, very awesome. I dig it. And I'm gonna listen to Sweet Caroline right now. God, this is great. If I had a drunk friend like that, I'd just drive us home. Drive us home. I don't care. We're not listening to that song. We're not listening to it. Drive us home. I don't want to hear anyone talk about that. Just drive us home. I'd just be upset. I'd be done. I'd be like, night over. All right, Tony. Let's cut this thing off.
Yeah, I've got dishes to wash.
shouldn't I be stalling you out as long as possible? No, I'm just kidding. I hate
No, you shouldn't, because I gotta get it done.
Thank you everyone for hanging out with us. Tony Hannity's. This is the LTG Show. Tony Hannity's. How would people be able to reach you, talk to you, or how would you want people to find you, or do you care if you want them to find you? Do you want to hide in a box so people don't know who you are? What do you got, my friend?
You can find me on a number of ways. The best way would be Google Plus, Tony Hannity's, Twitter, LTG Tony, and a bunch of other places. Actually, the best thing is if you go to about.me/TeenNinja3000, all of my links are there.
Awesome.
And I've got a bunch of videos, thanks to Victor, coming up the next week or so before Thanksgiving. And I'm very excited because I think those videos are really good. And if they're not, then I'm going to cry. And I got another video coming up tomorrow, possibly in the next few days, reviewing this case for the Galaxy Note 4, thanks to Andrew. So he's going to come over and we're going to do a video with his GoPro.
And I'll give you $2 if we can film it and Snapchat it to me.
All right. I just made $1.50.
Awesome. All right, I'm Sean Wilburn. You can just look me up all over the internet. It's Sean, SeanWilburn. You could find me Google, look up Sean Wilburn. Also, Sean Wilburn Music. You can find my music on iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, and all those places there. YouTube is another place you could find my stuff, which I think is under Sean Wilburn Music. I don't know, most likely. But anyway, hopefully you get a chance to check all that stuff out. Now, as far as the podcast and the Lazy Tech Guys, comment to lazytechguys.com is the awesome email you want to use to email us. 707-722-5299 is the number you can use to call us. That's 722-LAZY. Our Facebook, Twitter, and Google Plus account. You just look up Lazy Tech Guys, you will find us. And for YouTube, it is Lazy Tech TV. That is the channel you want to subscribe to for our channel there. Games and these podcasts and quite a few more show up there. As mentioned before, audibletrial.com/lazy. That's the URL you want to use for the audible.com service. Definitely sign up, use that URL, get a free book, and enjoy quite an awesome audio book service. And with that, well, it is time to cut this show off. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. We'll be back next week with some more news. Tomorrow, next week is Tuesday, the week before Thanksgiving. We'll be here, right?
Planning on it.
All right, same here. I'll see you guys next. We will see you guys next week. Have a great evening and well, goodbye. Have a night. Bye.
Peace.